Bev again with another video. I'm going to do this one on how to plan effective workouts. And I'm going to do this because, well, I got a lot of questions on it, especially on my Quora answering. So, you know, an effective workout, it isn't just about weightlifting. It's about focused effort in weightlifting. And what you want to do is you want to move closer to your fitness goals, right? You want it to be fun to follow. You don't want it to be boring, and you want an aesthetically pleasing body, right? You don't want to be, you know, those big neck guys that walk around, you know, big chest, you know, and then they're on chicken legs, right? That is not a balanced body. You want to use different exercises for different muscle groups, and that's because each muscle has different muscle heads. And if you're not sure what that means, you can go much lower in my posting and you'll see videos. The first one to watch would be called Wanna Work Out Better, and it talks about muscle heads or muscle origins and the fact that you need different exercises to have a rounded, you know, a balanced muscle. So if you want to know what muscles, basic exercises to use for each of the muscle groups, then after watching Wanna Work Out Better, then go into the Grow 2 series, like grow your quads, grow your biceps, grow your calves, whatever. Go into those videos and you'll see what exercises you need to do to hit all the heads of the muscles. Anyway, you want to progressively build your workout intensity, which means you're going to have to change your program every 4 to 8 weeks because your body is smart. Your body basically is your savior. And you know what? It doesn't take very long for your body to adapt to whatever you're doing. So if you're doing the same exercises day after day after day, week after week after week, month after month, not only are you bored, but your body is bored. And when it gets bored, it doesn't make any changes, okay? So you don't progress. So the big question is, how do you make a personalized program that is going to progress you to your goals? And I don't care if it means building muscle mass, building endurance, if you have some sort of sport or activity that you want to get better in, and it involves, you know, jumping or whatever it involves and whatever muscles involved, you've got to train to get better, okay? You've got to progress. Let's say that your workout progression is key to your long-term success. So you have to demand more from your muscles than you would normally, you know, from your activities in a regular day. You have to do what I call intentional exercise. So what you have to do is you have to have a training log, okay? And a training log is fabulous. Well, not only can it bring you to your goals faster, it'll make you look like those big boys in the weights, right? Which is kind of cool. They're always carrying around, you know, sheets of paper with their training log, right? They're tracking what they're doing and how well they're progressing. And that's what you want to do. So these are the things that you have to choose. You have to choose the frequency of your workouts. How many days a week are you going to work out? And you know, I mean, if you choose 5 days a week and then you only go 2 days a week, that's not the program for you. You're not going to be successful, right? So you have to decide your frequency. And I would say no less than 3 days a week and no more than 6 days a week. So decide how many days a week that you are going to do your intentional exercise. Then you have to decide on your training split. And you may think, well, what the hell is that, right? People do different types of training splits, and you can Google them. You can do upper lower body split. You can do a push-pull split. You could put chest and triceps on one day and maybe back and biceps on another day and legs and abs on another, you know, whatever. Or maybe you're really going to get into functional training, okay? Functional movements. So there's kind of 6 things involved there, and you can pick amongst those in a split, right? So you may want to do 6 days on this. So squats are quad dominant, deadlifts are hip dominant, overhead presses are vertical pushes, bench press is a horizontal push, prone rows are a horizontal pull, and pull-ups are a vertical pull, right? So you can get into that. There's lots of different ways of doing training splits. Now, training programs are the next choice that you have to make, okay? And these are things that will manipulate things like the number of reps you do in a set, the number of sets you do, the amount of rest that you allow yourself between sets, the weights that you use, the tempo applied, you know, there's all sorts of different training programs. Again, you can Google them. Trisets, supersets, pyramids, drop sets, post-exhaustion, hundreds, 21s. I mean, there's tons of different programs. But if you're new to training, don't worry about that. Just do 3 sets of, 10 to 15 reps for each one, for whatever exercise we're talking about. So the main thing is that you want to change by increasing the overall training intensity. So you want to increase your workload volume if you want to do better in training. So what you're going to do is you're going to create log sheets. I'm going to show you how to do that for 4 weeks, okay? For each day of your program, you're going to need a log sheet, right? Because you want to know if you've progressed. And then once you make up a program, you may find that you have to adjust it because, well, maybe it takes too long or it was too easy, whatever. And that's, if you're working out less than 45 minutes on that log sheet, well, you're not, you need to put some more exercises in there. And if you're over 75 minutes, and that can include 10 or 15 minutes cardio, then you're in the gym too long, right? You got to do something about that day. Because if you're in the gym longer than an hour and a quarter, believe me, you're not being efficient, okay? Unless you're yakking to people all the time. But let's figure out how we might set up a log sheet, okay? So the first thing is what day, I'll just pick something. Let's say, I don't know, March 20th. And then you have to decide your frequency, your day, right? Is this day 1 of a 5-day program? Maybe you want to list it by what day it is. I don't care. Whatever way you want to list it. So you've got a date you're starting. You've got, day 1 of a 5-day program, and it's a Monday. Okay? So the next thing I said you had to pick was your training split. Okay? So let's just pick something. Let's say on this first day, which is a Monday, you've decided you're there 5 days. So you're just doing chest and triceps that day. All right? And the next question is, you got your split, what program are you going to use? And I remember I said there's a bazillion of them. I'm just going to take extended set training, okay? And in an extended set training, you do the same exercise 3 different ways. So for example, and in my log, I write my exercise down in the first, right? I'm creating my training log. So I'm going to do an incline bench press. Incline bench press. That's my first exercise. My second exercise, maybe I'm going to do a flat bench press, right? And I'm not talking with barbell, dumbbell, you pick whatever, they may be different. And then maybe I do a decline bench press, okay? So that's an example of extended set training, and that's just for the chest, okay? I'm not going to write a whole one out, you can do that. So what would I track on this sheet, this log sheet? Well, I have to know how many sets I'm going to do, how many reps in each of those sets, because for this extended set, you know, I'm not doing pyramids. I'm just going to do, let's say I do 4 sets here, 3 sets, and maybe I'm only going to do 2 sets there. I don't know. And maybe I'm going to do here, maybe I'm going to do 12 reps, and maybe I'm going to do 15 reps here. You know, you decide what you want to do, okay? And then what is my rest time between sets, because that makes a difference on your intensity. And usually, you know, between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. You know, and if you're really into large muscles, you know, lower leg exercise, lower body exercises, you might have a longer rest period. But maybe for these, maybe I'm going to pick 45 seconds, okay? Or maybe here, I make it 30 seconds, okay? So we'll make this one, this is an easier, I'm making it less. Incline bench is harder than a flat bench, and a flat bench is harder than a decline bench, and that's because of the range of motion through which the weight moves. But anyway, so I'm going to give myself less time between sets on the easier one. The next thing is I've got 4 weeks involved, okay? Week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And what I'm going to do here is log how much weight I'm using in each of those weeks. And I'll just, let's say on the incline, I'm using, I don't know, 35 pounds, okay? The bar is 25, and I got 5 on each side, so that's 35. But maybe the next week, I have 7.5 on each side, okay? So I moved it up to 40, and here, I move up in this week to 45. So this is a progression. This is not. This is a progression. It doesn't mean this is bad. It's when you find something to be too easy, then you increase it the next week. And it might be that this weight of 40 I only use on the first set. Maybe the other 3 sets I'm back down to 35. I can track all sorts of things on a log sheet, as long as this is big enough and I can write it in. You know, so in that case, maybe I do this, 40, 35, 35. That's how I write that, okay? So there's lots of ways of tracking, and I do that for each exercise. And the final thing is comments, all right? And comments are, oh, maybe the machine is broken, you know, if you're on a cable machine, or maybe it's a really busy one and you can never the hell get on it, right? Whatever you're doing. So you can make notes about that, or you can say, you know, increase next week, too easy, too hard, whatever you want to do. Or maybe one week your shoulder's a little bit sore on something. So you're like, oh, sure, my shoulder, my right shoulder was sore. I always have a problem with this shoulder, so I like to make a note and then take it easy the next day. Okay, so you're tracking all of this. And the other thing is total workload. I'm kind of, well, I'll just say I'm anal retentive, right? And I get excited when I increase my intensity. So for instance, here, I might highlight this, and I might highlight this, because I did something more than I did the week before, right? So this is more intensity in one way or the other. So total workload is the number of sets times the number of reps times the weight used. So you can increase your workload. You can track what you do for each exercise. I mean, you can put in a column for that, or you can just do it at the end of that day 1 of 5, that Monday. Maybe that first Monday you had 4,000 pounds that you moved, but maybe the next Monday on the same program, you moved 4,300 pounds. So that is an increase in the total workload for that day 1 of 5 or that Monday. So this I would highlight, right? So I track everything, and I track it very carefully. I build up my sheets this way. I follow my sheets for at least 4 weeks. If I feel that I'm still progressing, I might make up another sheet, sheet or two for another couple of weeks. And then I will change the whole program. I may change the frequency, but I mean, sometimes I used to be 6 days a week, but now that COVID is on, I tend to exercise only 5 days a week. I will change my training split. I will certainly change my training program, and I will flip through many different exercises. Okay, and change them and create new log sheets, adjust if I need. So just wanted to help you if you don't know how to do this, all right? So I'll see you in the next video, and I sure hope I don't hit another snow squall coming back from skiing, like that picture I showed you in my storyboard. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye for now.